So we want Krishna to stay, so we want to take good care of him. We want to try to be like Raghava Pandit or Damayanti, and totally absorbed in, how to give pleasure to Krishna. All these personalities in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many great devotees, totally absorbed in giving pleasure to Krishna, or following the order of the spiritual master, chanting the holy name in ecstasy, giving it to everyone. Sarvabhauma, he used all his knowledge. All of a sudden, all his knowledge was used for glorifying Krishna and bhakti. He couldn't even stand to hear the word mukti in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The great transformation took place. Of course, he was Brihaspati, and it's explained that Bhakti Vinod Thakur explained that he left Navadvip because he knew that his teachings, would disturb Lord Chaitanya's early pastimes. But all of us, and he shocked everyone. How can this Sarvabhauma, the most dried up Mayavadi, he described himself previously was like a dried up rice cake. If anyone's a farmer, you've seen the rice cake, or the oil cake, the oil cake. You seen that? Anybody? We don't see them in the city. I saw in the Padayatra, they have this big oil cake, and to feed the bullock. So they put this oil cake in a big water tub, and they were pouring water and breaking it and pouring water, and it took so long before it became soft. So much water, so much water, so much water. Then this oil cake finally became soft because they take the beans or the corn or the grain or whatever they squeeze the oil out of, and then it's just what's left after you take out the oil. When we eat the grain, it's the oil that tastes nice. It's not the... So he's described himself, he was like a dried up oil cake. But suddenly he became, full of nectar. And all he could do is, glorify bhakti and glorify the holy name. He said he just made useless sounds like bew, bew. But now he's just chanting the holy name, and then that influenced everybody. The power of Lord Chaitanya. Just because he told them a simple thing, just explained all the Vedanta just very quickly. He said the meaning is clear, but your Mayavadi talk is just like clouds covering the sun. How can you say that? And we have all that information, all this, because this Kali Yuga is all Mayavadi, everything, all the Mayavadi Shankaracharya's work has spread everywhere. So even mainstream religions who previously were very personal or just bewildered, but Lord Chaitanya came to just annihilate all the Mayavadis and the Shunyavadis, the Buddhists, the Zero-vadis like the Chinese and the Japanese. He's going to go to Japan, so you'll see. They have one Buddhism that's called New Buddhism, and it's also called Pure Land Buddhism. So I saw the book, and all the hotels, they have this book, Teachings of Buddha. And it was describing the land of Buddha and being with Buddha, and it sounded really nice. It sounded just like Vaikuntha in the Bhagavatam. The Buddha land, everything is pure, everything is eternal, everything is nice. But then I found out that that's not the goal. The goal is beyond that. Nothing. So it sounds like they agree with us, but then, they're thinking that you have to get beyond the Vaikuntha, to nothing. Get beyond all the relationships. But Lord Chaitanya and Prabhupada specifically put that he came for the nirvishesha, those who think there's no variety, it's all one, everything merges into oneness, everything is always the same, the nirvishesha, and then the shunyavadis, the zero-vadis, who become very prominent. The modern scientists are also shunyavadi. They say everything came from nothing, right? Ultimately, Darwin means everything came from nothing. So all these things are being pushed back. Everyone is getting the mercy of Lord Chaitanya's divine energy that is spreading and not diffusing, but getting more and more powerful. The more people chant, the more it's getting increased. The more people get to Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. People in America now, young people are asking the Sankirtan devotees, "Do you have Bhagavad Gita? What's next? What else do you have? I read the Bhagavad Gita. It changed my life." So many people. We have no idea how many people are, caught up in this. Even in I think it was 75, the Gallup poll, they did a poll in America. What's your religion? And somehow they concluded that there was 500,000 Hare Krishnas. I don't know where they are, and Hare Krishna was a write-in, it wasn't one of the check marks. It was like other, and you have to write it in. But they calculated by how many people they interviewed and how many people said it. But we have no idea how many people have books and, are thinking this is my thing. But they need to meet devotees. Lord Chaitanya went everywhere. He sent Nityananda to Bengal with all and he took whoever he wanted. And they went all over Bengal with the Sankirtan party, establishing temples and chanting the holy name and giving Krishna to everyone. And he's left the world for us, and there's a lot of the world left where either very few devotees have ever gone or no devotees have ever gone, a few places. But there's many places where there's practically unheard of, unless they see it on television or something. Sometimes the devotees get on the CNN, they see the Mahabharata. But we have a great legacy Srila Prabhupada gave us. And we see it's not just for his immediate disciples, it's for years and years and thousands of years, or 10,000 years or more to come, that Lord Chaitanya is available. The deity of Lord Chaitanya is more and more appearing all over the world and being worshipped. The holy name is everywhere. Even Mayavadis are chanting. Now in Los Angeles, in the Sura Prabhu has a temple bhajan band. They go to all the yoga schools. They pay them to come and chant. Many of them, they're basically Mayavadi, but they love the kirtan. And we heard Indraduna Swami, they went to one big yoga ashram, and he was thinking, well, what to say. Then they had kirtan. It went for 2 hours. All the yogis were dancing in ecstasy. And afterwards, one lady said, "Now I know what yoga really is." This is going on everywhere. At first they took it up because, people that were studying yoga, they heard about the Maha Mantra. So they had to say, yes, we have the Maha Mantra also. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Gauranga, the name of Lord Chaitanya, has become very, very famous. There's one video game that was the most popular video game. It's also criticized for being full of all kinds of unmentionable things. But in this game, if you would, with your stolen car, hit a Hare Krishna, it would say, Gauranga. So that people are playing this game and they're saying, Gauranga, Gauranga. And I know 2 devotees who came because of that. They were addicted to that game, and they chanted Gauranga so many times. And it was in Scotland, 2 boys that They had been approached by the devotees so many times that they got frustrated about Gauranga. But now they apologized, and they've rewritten the game, and the Hare Krishnas are the good guys now. And they've become purified also. So in so many ways, this movement is reaching out, capturing more and more people. But we want people to be able to come to the temples. We want centers everywhere. We want Harinam Kirtan parties everywhere. And we were very famous in the 70s because in New York, the devotees were chanting all day long, several groups, Los Angeles, so people knew Hare Krishna. They were very famous. Now they're saying, where have you been? What happened? They still remember, though. When they see devotees, they become happy. So we have this great mission. Here we're very fortunate. We hear so much Chaitanya Leela from His Holiness Radhanath Swami and His Holiness Varshana Swami. I think they were the first two to really dig into it. Somehow or other, even in New Vrindavan, they got books and spent time just constantly discussing. But there's no limit to this. There's the Vrindavan Das Thakur was a Vyasdev of Chaitanya Leela. And it's said that more and more will come and reveal more and more. Maybe we'll find some of these other books that are mentioned that are now, nobody can find them. But more and more keeps coming out. And it's unlimited wealth. And the holy name is an unlimited mine of ecstasy. And the more we chant, Prabhupada gave that brilliant answer. What do you get from chanting? Yeah? What do you get? Huh? More chanting, yeah. That's the most valuable thing. Some people are going to church, like in Nigeria, because they say, come to church and you'll get rich. Big signboards. Such and such church, prosperity, or protection from curses, different things they're promising, especially prosperity. The apostle so-and-so will have a big signboard and there'll be a picture of a Ferrari car and a big palace house, and if you come to this church, and you'll get that. In the name of Jesus. Jesus said to give up everything. If we told people to give up like Jesus did, we wouldn't have very many members, right? Go out and preach. Don't take even a second set of cloth. No shoes, no money. Don't carry any food with you. Just go and preach in my name. And if they don't like you, go somewhere else. And Prabhupada inspired, everybody to do like that also. Devotees go everywhere. Now, of course, we're almost welcomed everywhere. It's not like it used to be. But people are bewildered. They're suffering so much. The Kali is in a panic over the Sankirtan movement. We read that in the Chaitanya Mangal. When he heard about the Sankirtan movement, he's panicking. How are we going to prevent this from happening? How will we promote Kali Yuga if the Sankirtan is going on everywhere, right? Kali can't come in here where there's chanting all the time. Everyone's following the regulated principles. Everyone's using all their wealth for Krishna. You're not hoarding it. So he's working very hard. So we see more and more signboards all the time, everywhere we go, promoting Kali Yuga. People are suffering more and more diseases. Stronger versions of all the diseases are always coming. The medicine for the diseases has dangerous side effects. The only cure is the holy name, the Sankirtan movement. Lord Chaitanya concentrated on that. For almost everybody, he just said, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare. And even with the intimate associates, they also had the big kirtans. Not everyone is a Ramananda Roy, or Sarvabhauma, or Advaita Acharya, or Nityananda, or any of these eternal associates. But everyone is an associate of Lord Chaitanya. So I asked for your blessings. I heard Prabhupada, somebody was asking him for blessings, and he said, I need your blessings. So I definitely need the blessings of the devotees. We want to get absorbed in these things. It's getting easier and easier now to hear Krishna Lila with all the mercy of Kali Yuga, all the technology, and all the internet radios and the, right? And the MP3 little guys you can keep with you wherever you go, and the books all on the computer or an e-book or something you can read. You can carry all the books in a little tiny thing. But we have to take it. We want to take advantage of these things, and hear with faith. Here, associate with devotees who have faith in the holy name. That's a very important factor. And be free from offenses by always being connected with Lord Chaitanya, who doesn't take offense. Lord Nityananda, who even when he's offended, he begs, to be merciful on those entities who offended him, and carry on. So I was so impressed to hear from His Holiness Varshana Maharaj yesterday. I never before had this opportunity. So I don't want to deprive you any longer or deprive myself of hearing his profound presentation of Lord Chaitanya's movement and how it's going on and how he can give it to all of us. And it can bring, this place is growing and growing and growing. Obviously, you have to have more temples in Bombay very soon to accommodate. But we can go anywhere for the kirtans and the prachar and tune anyone into the radio. Even at the hospital, everyone is hearing. So they're getting the real medicine. We want to give the medicine also in the hospital treatment, but not only that. We want to give the prasadam, but not only that. We want everyone to understand where it's all coming from. Then we can get really cured. One more time. Let's try really, really loud so they can hear in Juhu. All right?